Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I would like to explain a few difficult questions on the chapter 1.2 inequalities, so I hope you can pay attention. The first question is for this question: 2 modulus x minus 1 less or equal to modulus x plus 3. So if the question asks you to solve by definition, you need to open up the definition. So first step is you must make sure one side modulus, one side number. So this one here is modulus, so bring it to this side, all right? So just divide it here. So you can do that to no problem because it wouldn't change the sign. This is positive. And for the number 2 here, you can bring it to the other side, so it becomes 1 over 2. You wouldn't change the sign also because 2 is positive. So now we are settled, one side modulus, one side number. So now let's open up the definition. It is as if a mirror. So your modulus is here. This is now less or equal to half, and the reflection is more or equal to negative half. So let's read the first part. The whole thing here without the modulus is more or equal to negative half. The second part, this one, the whole thing without the modulus now is less or equal to half. So since this is connected, both of them should be intersection later on when you get the answer. Now let's solve the first part, okay? So in order to solve this, you need to bring negative half to the other side. You cannot cross multiply because we don't know x plus 3 is positive or negative. So you cannot cross multiply. So bring this one here. So now equate your denominator and then simplify this until you got this. So now let's read your roots. X is equal to negative 1 over 3. Another one, x is equal to negative 3. Be careful, denominator cannot be equal to 0. So later on, when we do sign table, at negative 3, we cannot do square bracket. Okay, we need to do round bracket. At negative 1 over 3, we can do square bracket because the question now you have included. Okay, you have equal sign. So let's fill in your factor. And let's fill in your sign table. Then we want a positive sign. So this is it. This is our answer. X is from negative infinity until negative 3. Union negative 1 over 3 included until infinity. So this is answer for part 1. Keep this first. Now let's focus to solve part 2. So this is it. Bring half to the other side and then equate your denominator. And then simplify. So now let's read your root. X is equal to 5. X is equal to negative 3. Again, be careful, denominator cannot be equal to 0. So x cannot be equal to negative 3. Therefore, at your sign table, your negative 3 here should be round bracket. At 5 here, it should be square bracket. Fill in your factors. Fill in the sign table. You want a negative side, so you want this one. This is your answer. X is from negative 3 until 5. Negative 3 is not included. 5 is included. So this is your answer for part 2. And finally, so since we have answer for part 1 and part 2, what we should do now is we want to intersect answer 1 and answer 2. So draw the answer 1 in one line. I use the blue pen here. So it's from negative infinity to negative 3, not included. Negative 1 over 3 included until infinity. And draw the second one. The second line here, I put it as the green color. So it's from negative 3, not included until 5. So now let's find the intersection. This is it. So your answer is from negative 1 over 3 included until 5 included. Therefore, this is your final answer. Now let's see the same question, but what if the question asks you to solve without specifying to use definition? So of course you can use shortcut, which is square both sides. So the condition to square both sides is both sides must be positive. So let's look at our question. One side here is positive, another side is also positive. So now you can use shortcut, square both sides. So let's take square on both sides. So be careful, this is 4 and this is just squared. You can drop the modulus. And this is also squared. You can drop the modulus. Because squared is always positive, so you don't need the modulus anymore. So now let's expand everything to one side. Make sure right hand side is 0. So now you have quadratic inequality. So let's do this. Factorize. Find the roots. Negative 1 over 3 and 5. And then let's draw a graph because this is easier. Put in your roots and you want a negative side. So this is it. So your answer is from -1/3 included until 5 also included. So it's very simple if the question doesn't ask you to solve by definition.